everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Kiana and I do a lot of sewing and fashion videos, and today we have a pattern and tutorial for this asymmetrical yoke skirt. Now, as you saw in the intro, there are two styles to the skirt. Style A, which has this asymmetrical yoke and a half circle skirt, and then there's style B, which has a symmetrical yoke that doesn't go above the waistline and a gathered skirt. As always, I will have that pattern linked as the first link down below, and you guys know I love to reward my subscribers with their notification bells turned on with a little discount, so you guys can use the code YOKESKIRTS to get 30% off this pattern until tomorrow at midnight Eastern time. I think that this is quite a beginner friendly pattern, so I hope you guys enjoy it. If you want to see all of the materials needed for this project, that's also going to be in that first link down below in the pattern listing description, and if you're interested in all of the equipment I'm using throughout the video, that's going to be down in the video description. But yes, without further ado, let's just get into the tutorial.
Alright, so step one is to print out your pattern at 100% scale and place the pieces of paper edge to edge without trimming down or overlapping your sheets of paper, and then tape it together. Make sure you're referring to your instruction pamphlet to figure out what size to create, and then cut on that corresponding line for your pattern. Now, I recommend you stay very organized with this pattern. There are a lot of small pieces that look similar, so I recommend you line everything up. Keep those patterns with your fabric pieces just so you can stay organized. Now, if you're creating style A, step one would be to connect all of those upper yoke pieces with their respective lower yoke piece right sides together. So just pin all of those together. I'm actually using clips because for this look, I am using a faux leather. But yes, just pin everything together and then sew along the waistline for all of these pieces and then press. So that's a little extra step for style A, but for both styles, you're going to go ahead and sew all of those vertical seam lines. So go ahead and pin everything right sides together and then sew and press again. Now we're going to repeat all of those steps with the lining, but first we are going to interface the wrong side of the lining. So just apply your fusible interfacing to the wrong side of the lining and use your iron to fuse it together. Then, like I said, we're going to repeat those steps. So just connect the upper yoke piece with the respective lower yoke piece, place them right sides together, pin, sew, and press that seam. Then again, we are going to repeat the step of sewing all of those vertical seam lines, and then make sure you press them really nicely. Now, because this skirt has so many seams, I think it's a really nice step to top stitch all of those seams. It adds a lot of interest. So first, I'm going to top stitch on both the left and right side of all of those vertical seams, about 1/8 of an inch away from the seam line on either side. And then I'm going to go ahead and also top stitch along the waistline seam as well. Now for style B, you have an extra little step for the skirt, which is just to sew your skirt pieces right sides together along the side seam. So go ahead, pin, sew, serge, and press this seam. And of course, feel free to mix and match the skirt from style A and style B. I just wanted to make them different so that you guys could see all of the options you had with this pattern. So after you sew those side seams for style B, we are also going to gather the waistline. So to gather the waistline, you're going to sew 2 rows of basting stitches within the seam allowance along the waistline of the skirt. To sew basting stitches, lengthen your stitch length all the way and do not backstitch at the beginning or end of your stitch line. I also like to sew my basting stitches about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge and 1/4 of an inch away from the edge. Then pull on the bobbin threads to gather your skirt until it fits into the measurement of the bottom of your skirt yoke. For both styles, you're going to place your skirt yoke shell right sides together with your skirt piece and pin, sew, and serge along this seam. Now we are going to prepare to insert the invisible zipper by serging the edges of the center back seam independently from each other. Then we are going to insert an invisible zipper. To sew an invisible zipper, I like to baste one side of the invisible zipper in first, then zip it up, mark all of those horizontal seam lines with pins. Then I unzip my zipper, flip it over to the other side, and use those pins to line up my zipper with the horizontal seam lines. Then baste in the other side and zip up your zipper to see if everything is matching up. If everything's matching up, now you can go ahead and permanently sew in your zipper using a zipper foot or an invisible zipper foot to get really close to the zipper teeth and lock your zipper in place. Then to finish this seam, just place the center back seam right sides together and sew with normal 1/2 inch seam allowance from the zipper stop to the hem of the dress, and then press the seam open. Now take your lining yoke and serge along the bottom edge of that skirt yoke to finish it. Then go back to your skirt, unzip your zipper all of the way, and you're gonna place your skirt yoke lining and shell right sides together and pin along the center back seam and the top of the skirt. When you pin along the center back seam, the zipper should be flipped all the way open and it should be sandwiched in between the two layers. So the center back seam with 1/4 inch seam allowance, and so along the top of the skirt with 1/2 inch seam allowance. Then clip your corners above the zipper. And for style A, you have a lot of curves along the top of that skirt, so I'm just going to clip into my inside curves and I'm going to notch the outside curves. Style B, you don't really have to worry about this too much. Now flip your skirt right side out and you have the option of either top stitching along the top edge or under stitching along this edge. For style B, I'm going to show you how to under stitch. So to do that, have the body of the skirt on the left, have the lining yoke on the right, and the seam allowance underneath pointed towards the right. We are going to sew through both the lining and the seam allowance about 1/8 of an inch away from that waistline seam. This is going to help make sure the top stays nice and crisp, and it's going to prevent the lining from rolling out while you're wearing the skirt. After you understitch, go ahead and give this a press, and then the top edge is nice and clean. For style A, because I have so much top stitching on the skirt, I think it looks really nice to also top stitch the top edge. So to top stitch the top edge, I'm first going to press this edge using my iron so it's already nice and crisp, and then I'm going to top stitch through all of those layers about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. Now for both styles, again, we are going to stitch in the ditch where the skirt yoke meets the rest of the skirt. So to stitch in the ditch, sew directly into that seam line, making sure to catch the skirt lining on the other side. This is going to lock that skirt yoke into place, like so. The next step is to hem your skirt. Now there are many ways to hem. Personally, we are going to opt for this skirt to use a bias bound hem. You could use a rolled hem for something like the lightweight denim we're using for style B, but for style A, as you can see here, we are using a thicker tweed fabric. So to do the bias bound hem, start by unfolding your bias tape and pressing under the short edge by 1/2 an inch. Line up the long edge of your bias tape with the hem of your skirt and have them placed right sides together. We're going to stitch along that first crease closest to the hem edge all the way around your skirt. And when you reach back to the point that you started at, overlap the bias tape by 1/2 an inch. Then we are going to press the bias tape completely to the wrong side of the skirt. As you can see, we did not fold the bias tape completely back to be as thin as it was before. We have that center crease that was folded before is now currently unfolded when we fold the bias tape to the back side. This will just help reduce the bulk, though it will create a wider hem. So press this into place, and then you're going to top stitch along the unsewn edge of the bias tape to lock it in place and finish your hem. And the last step is just to sew a hook and eye at the top of your zipper. It's especially necessary for style A since it's asymmetrical. So just hand sew a hook and eye right at the top of the skirt above the zipper. And then after that, you are done.
All right, that is how you sew this asymmetrical yoke skirt. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Let me know which style you'll be creating, style A or style B, and for what occasions. Oh, and if you guys do actually post your creations on Instagram, be sure to tag me at Kiana Bonollo, because I love to feature you guys for Maker Monday on my Instagram account. And also, I just love to see what you guys are making with my patterns. The pattern for this is the first link down below. And don't forget that you can use the code yoke skirt until tomorrow at midnight Eastern time to get 30% off this pattern. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, because it's the easiest way to support your favorite creators for free. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My handle is Kiana Bonollo. Subscribe and turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss out on pattern discounts in the future. And I'll see you next time. Bye!